Hello, how are you guys? Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. So, today I got something done that I've actually, hope you guys are having a great day. So, today I got something done that I've actually, I hate when I do that. It's so creepy to hear your own voice. So, I got something done today that I've really been wanting to do for a long time. And I've been wanting to do this because like everything I do is virtual, like virtual parties and stuff like that. And I want to start doing more in-person parties. I want to start doing more home parties. And because actually a lot of my clients are local. And I realize that when I look at area codes and addresses, so I could easily try to get, in-person parties with some of my existing customers. But I want to reach new customers. I want to reach people that I'm around all the time. And there's been so many times when I hear people saying things like, oh, I got to clean my windows, or my house is so dusty, or whatever. And like in the back of my mind, I know, like, oh, I wish I had an EnviroCloth on me. I wish I had a, dust mitt. I wish I had a window cloth on me. I always think that. And because I hear these things, I'm like, all right, I got a solution for that. And I just feel like I've been so busy with all the virtual stuff that I haven't really taken the time to invest in putting together tools for myself for when those situations happen, and really connecting with people locally, right? So one of my uplines did a challenge, and it was to create Try Me kits. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I can get down with this because this is something I've literally wanted to do for 2 years, and I just have never invested the time in it. So you guys know I'm a little extra. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. All right. So this is what and now it not necessarily going to be this basket. I just happen to have these extra baskets, but this is my Try Me kit. This won't be the size of detergent. This is just one of the ones that came in Host Rewards. But it would normally just be like a sachet or two of Ultra Power Plus, or one that I put together on my own. But what I did is I made a QR code for each product. And I'm going to show you how I did everything. And then I made a couple different versions of this. So this is like the insert. So this is if I'm gifting the basket to someone, like my neighbor who just moved in, and I wanted to gift her a housewarming gift. We just moved into our neighborhood in October, and I just remember, like, no one came over. They're all nice, but no one like came over, like, welcome to the neighborhood. And I just thought, like, I want to do that for the next person who moves in. I want to do like a little housewarming gift and welcome them to the neighborhood. So I have this copy. And so one side, and I found something like this that was like from 1980, and it was all the outdated colors. So I just updated this. I updated a lot of the stuff in here, and then you flip it over and it has the care instructions, the UPP instructions. And then I wanted to include UPP hacks because they're great, right? So like cleaning stainless steel and things like that. So I have all of that on there. So that's pretty much the first thing I did. And I did this in Canva, and yes, I will share it. And then I have a second version, which is the Try Me kit. And it has some language up here that just says, I understand being in possession of these cloths may cause a sudden urge to clean. So it just says you're going to come back and get the items from them at whatever time that is discussed. Okay. And then it really has the same information. Now, since this is in Canva, I can easily remove the kitchen cloth, or I could remove any of this stuff. I could just have the EnviroCloth and window cloth and cut these two off and move the UPP up here. So this is very customizable since I did it in Canva, just depending on what inventory I have. So that's the first thing I did, is I decided what am I going to put in it and what's it going to say. So there we go with that. And I'll share those either tonight or tomorrow. So then the next thing I do is, I'm a visual person, and I like short little videos that teach me how to do things. And so I know I have there's people out there like that, right? Some people like to read, some people like to see graphics, some people like to watch videos. We all learn differently. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what I did. And it wasn't that hard. So these are the Try Me kits. So I'll share those, but let me go. So let me go. So I did all of these videos in Canva. And what I did is I first recorded like an intro video to the product. So this says dusting mitt, try me. I'm not going to play it or anything, but this just says like how and I made it personal. Like we have a lot of furniture, we have shelves, we have all the things, and I used to hate to dust. And so it's just really like to put my personality in it. And then I hold up the dust mitt and I'm like, this is not a mitt for the winter. This is your new best friend. And so kind of tried to make it cute and fun. And I talked about how to use it, put a charge in it. You can use it damp. You can use it damp on your screens and your air return vents, things like that. So just kind of talked about how I use it. And it was pretty short in terms of how long I talked. So I recorded it on my computer and then I uploaded it over here on uploads. I uploaded that recording into Canva. And then I attached the Norwex dust mitt video. And in between the two videos, I added a transition so that it would easily transition from one to the next. So that it looks pretty nice. If I do say so. So if I hit play at the end of where I'm talking.
See you soon.
And it just kind of starts in with the Norwex video. So then what I did once I was done like putting this together for each product that's in the Try Me kit, I downloaded it to my computer and I just used this share button and I clicked download and got it on my computer. And then I went to YouTube. Now, if you have a Gmail account, am I still sharing? Oh yeah, I am. If you have a Gmail account, you automatically have a YouTube channel. Everyone does. So I didn't know that. You may know that, but I didn't. So when you upload a video, you can choose what the audience is. So I have a lot of public videos, but these videos specifically, I made them unlisted. All right, so here is the dusting mitt video, and Canva does a great job in terms of quality. So here's the dusting mitt video. And in the description of the video, and only the people who, I'll show you what I did with the QR codes, but only the people who are actually receiving this video from me are going to see this. And I made the description really short on each one. I just said, you know, how to get a hold of me, what the product is. And then I also included that the dusting mitt comes in the household package, a Safe Haven 5 and a Safe Haven Package Plus. And I actually did that for every video, for every product, so like the EnviroCloth, etc. And then once it was uploaded to YouTube, so once your video is on here and you open it up, I'm not going to play it, but once it's uploaded and you can just drag, import it in from your computer, then you open it up and the URL here at the top is actually the URL for the video. And then I took this little arrow right here and I clicked it and I could copy the link or create a QR code. So I created the QR code, downloaded it to my computer, and I renamed it. So I'm going to rename this test, which you wouldn't name it test, but test detergent Try Me kit. All right, so that's what I did. So then I have these Avery labels. So I've got that on my computer, and now I've got the Avery labels. These are the labels that I used for it. It's size number 97217. These were a little bit more expensive this time when I bought them. They were $27 for 600 labels. But I like these labels compared to the cheaper ones because the cheaper ones will they'll smear really easy. And so I learned the hard way that cheaper is not always better. So then I went to Avery. I'll show you exactly what I did. I went into my Avery template let me go here. And I love Avery because it saves all your projects. So I'm in Avery. And so I would just go to templates, find a template, and you enter the product number. That's the number of your label. And so I'm going to type in 97217. Okay, so it pulls up those 2-inch diameters. And I'm going to hit start designing. And I like to use the blank ones for this kind of thing. So now what I'm going to do is insert an image. So I'm going to add the image I just downloaded to my computer. So I'm going to find it in downloads. I called it test detergent, try me, and make it a little bit bigger. And then Avery has a great way to center things. And then I added text, and I added text. I had the text box at the top, and it just says, and then I'm going to move it. This works very similar to how you move stuff in Canva. I'm going to make it smaller, and I'm just going to write, watch me. And that's what I did with my other ones. And if it's red, it means you're out of the safe area for printing. So if you bring it down, that red area go away. So watch me. And then on the ones that I did, I added a second line underneath of it that says instructions. And so then I'll go back to Avery. All right, so then I just previewed and print, and I always write print it yourself, get PDF to print, and it says it strongly recommends that you save your design. So I'm just going to call this test, since it's just to show you guys. So I'm going to save it to my account, and then I opened the PDF. I put these labels in my printer, and I printed them out, and it was easy as that. And so I did that same process for every single thing in the Try Me kit. So I've got, and then I just wrote on the bottom, since they all look the same, I just wrote on the bottom like UPP or, dust mitt or viral cloth, whatever it is. And then I just attached it to the insert. And I did include a kitchen cloth, just so I have like a million of these. But what I decided to do is, so that's what it's going to look like. That's my Try Me kit. So I'm going to keep a couple of these in my car. I'm going to give a couple away, and I'm going to actually have a launch party. I'm going to have an in-home launch party, and I'm going to make a couple of these for a few of the people that I invite, which are like family, friends, neighbors. Because if I want to have more, if I want to start having in-home parties, people book from you the way they meet you. So it's really easy for me to get Facebook parties from people I'm meeting in Facebook parties, but to have an in-person party base, I need them to meet me that way. So my goal is to have a launch party, just like I'm starting over, right? Have a launch party. I'm going to do it at my house, invite friends, family, neighbors, I already said family. And, maybe the girl from the doggy daycare, she could use some Norwex too. And I'm actually going to look at my BFF list and see who on that list would be a good person to invite over, like who I want in my house. And so from that party, I am going to get bookings. I'm going to make it my mission in life to get bookings from that in-home party. And that's what's going to kick off my in-home party business, so that I can have a balance. So I'm not putting all my eggs, which are very expensive, but all my eggs in one basket. And what I also decided to do is, like, I will give people gifts if they're spending a certain amount, if they're winning a prize in my parties, if they're spending X amount of dollars, they get to pick an item. So I decided that these are going to come in handy for me, not only in the Try Me kits, but when I gift something, like I do a grand prize drawing in a lot of my parties, and I have 1 million dust mitts, and the winner usually gets a dust mitt. So now all of these dust mitts are going to have this QR code on it. And so I just think that's going to be a good service to my customers, and I don't have to print out the product information sheets. I can just put that on there with a nice little thank you note. And it will also drive traffic to my YouTube channel for the videos that are public as well. And in the Try Me kits, I will include this, which, you know, if I'm really just lending this to someone, I'm not going to give them a full bag of detergent. I'll just put 1 or 2 of these in there. I always get some of these from the Personal Supply. And I was just sitting here thinking, I may also make a QR code and a video for Ultrazyme, because I really like Ultrazyme. And I'm using Ultrazyme now to get 2 bookings from parties. So Ultrazyme, a container of Ultrazyme is a gift if they get 2 bookings, because if they don't get, I don't want them to stop at 1 if they're worried they're not going to get 3 and get that incentive from me. So I've added an incentive for 2 bookings. And so I think I'm going to make another video, which is just me talking the same way I just showed you guys, followed by the Norwex video, and show all the hacks, like clean your dishwasher, clean your washing machine with this. Like there's so much you can do. Unclog drains, like you can do a million things. So also include a QR code on these little packets and use them as gifts and parties, use them as incentives for my host. And the video will be unlisted on my channel, and it would just be a great way to get personal, like talk to people, let them see my personality. So I hope you guys like that. I can't really share these. These are easy to make. I just showed you guys how to do it, but they're easy to make. The tutorial on Avery.com is so easy to use. Like just play around with it for 5 minutes and you'll figure it out. I will share the template for these because I had a hard time finding one of these that I liked. So I just took that old one from like 1980 and updated it. So I'll share these. I'll share 2 of them. The first one will be the Try Me kit that has kind of the agreement they're going to return the stuff back to you. And then the other one is for a gift. When you want to gift. And in Canva, if you're not gifting or using dust mitts and kitchen cloths in your Try Me kits, and you can just remove that, maybe make this text bigger. It's really, it's easy to move things around in Canva, just play around with it. So I'm going to look on my phone and see if, so I just got a friend request. I know we talked about security the other day, or I was talking about security. I just got a friend request from someone. They joined, and it's someone I've been a friend with on Facebook for like, I don't know, 2 years. And she has 2 friends, joined Facebook yesterday. So definitely her account got hacked. I need to let her know. So let me look and just see if you guys have asked me, if anyone is watching this and you have asked me any questions. And if you're not, I'll watch the video to see. Let me just look real quick. But yeah, I'm really excited that I did this. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been wanting to like, oh, there you are. Okay, I have comments. So let me turn the volume down. Okay, 7 years ago. Yes. So I was actually, so the very first comment I see from Tara is like, she joined Norwex 7 years ago from someone giving her a Try Me kit. So I've actually been talking to a few leaders today, just about random things. And I said, oh, you know, I'll work on that tomorrow. Today I'm doing Try Me kits. And every single person that I talked to today who's been with Norwex for a long time, are like, that's how I started my business, with Try Me kits. I've never like, I just delivered my first Try Me kit. Like this, I am so excited about this. And it's funny when I see myself on Facebook talking. All right, what else? It was from 1980. I'm so glad that you guys are liking the post. Love the idea. QR codes are everything. Thanks to COVID, everyone learned how to use QR codes. It's like the only thing good. You don't need help with labels. It's so easy to make them. All right. I think that's all my questions. So I will put the Canva link to these, the template link, in the comments, either later tonight, because I'm getting tired, or tomorrow morning. So I hope you guys have a great day. Make some Try Me kits, relaunch your business. Like I'm feeling like my party game's hot right now, like all the Facebook parties, getting bookings, but I don't want to wait until something breaks to decide to do something different. So I want to up my in-person game, like add that extra piece of my business, because people want to get together in the summer. They want to be in front of each other. And I do love virtual. I love Facebook. I have so much stuff automated, but honestly, it will be good for me to have some in-person, a couple in-person parties a month. I think just as women, we need that socialization, and there's only so many loads of laundry and, reruns of Cops that I can watch with my husband. Love him. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, and think about reinventing yourself. Do something fun and new. I'll talk to you later.